finally, Russia-Ukraine conflict.
The talk of the town.
Oh, man. Oh,
Everybody,
man.
like, I saw someone's status this morning explaining what was really happening, so other people could know what's. And the way he described the event was so hilarious. He described it as two cultists fighting each other. Someone else described it as mommy and daddy fighting.
Yeah, I saw one as one compound.
Then,
like
yes, and then the children, they are dragging the children. That is, Russia and NATO is the mommy and daddy, and Ukraine is the child, and they're having a fight on who's supposed to keep the child. Ah, God.
No, I think it's just everybody's really giving some really cool opinions to this thing, and personally learning the process as well. I just
I did so.
I dropped an article on it yesterday, and I really learned while even writing it. I learned, and even after writing it, reading a number of opinions on the whole conflict. I learned, no doubt. One thing a lot of people are not aware of is the USSR comprised of about 15 countries. Very quickly, very quickly.
Oh, sorry, Ukraine.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So the USSR comprised of we're just getting on it. Comprised of 15 countries, and once it opens, I'll just move to that. We have seen that with time, instead breaking up, and unfortunately, I think what really caused this particular one was Ukraine's request to join NATO. I mean NATO, yeah.
Anyone.
So, and it has because I don't hear different pronunciations. Okay, so NATO, and one thing is Vladimir. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted, but just bear with me. Vladimir did not buy into the idea and has tried to really stop them. I don't know how you choose to use force on those things. Okay, very very quickly. I have it here. The nations. Yeah, I think the first nation broke out in 1990. 1990, it broke out of the
USSR.
USSR. Thanks. In 1990, first that's Lithuania. That's March 1990. May 1990, Latvia and Estonia. Then April 1991, Georgia. August 1991, Ukraine. Then Moldova. Then Azerbaijan. Then Uzbekistan. Then Kyrgyzstan. Man, these names are like tongue twisting. God knows. Then in September 19, like God.
I think my favorite of all of them is Uzbekistan.
Yeah. That's I think that's number 8. August 1991, September 1991, Tajikistan. Then same in September, Armenia. Then October 1991, Turkmenistan. Then December 1991, Belarus, Russia, Kazakhstan. And I think with the whole issue that's happened, no doubt in 2014, of course, they said there was this there was a revolution, and the president of Ukraine at the time was let me just use the word ousted, and because they said he was pro-Russian, said the president was pro-Russian at the time, and in same 2014, that was I think when the real invasion of Ukraine started. That was when the invasion started, and unfortunately, I think even coming into unfortunately, I think they said about 14,000 lives were lost as at that time. I know it's not as bad, like we haven't recorded that number of deaths right now, but in all sincerity, if this continues the way it's going to even be much worse. On as regards the current issue where we have US really trying to intervene and dish out sanctions. Ukraine wants to join the, NATO, and Russia, Vladimir feels like their joining will give NATO even more access to, and bring them closer to the nation. And I think personally, I don't think the use of force is the best. And then with all of this,
never the best.
Saying, you get, and it's now like it's a situation where we now have people now saying, "Oh, since you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, now you're not even a real country safe." Because and it's not like, oh, we are getting angry because we are not exactly refusing to listen to you. And like I said in what I wrote, it feels like this, like a divorce of 30 years, and all of a sudden you're now really like trying to come back. And after 30 years divorce, the emotions have changed. After 30 years divorce, maybe you have had children and you have moved on, and now you're trying to move on with someone else, and it feels like, oh, I'm ready to take you back now. So, Praise, over to you very quickly. Let's hear your thoughts very quickly.
All right, real quick. I think while I see what NATO is trying to do, I see what Ukraine is trying to do, and I see what Putin is trying to do as well. Because based on my opinion, I think there was who wanted to place nukes in Cuba or something, and US said no, because it's kind of similar though, because Cuba is close to the US. So in the same vein, this is kind of what Putin is trying to do as well. I mean, NATO, once you're a member state of NATO, which was even created to stop the spread of USSR. Once you're a member state of NATO, they put, which means your country is now like a base of operations. So there are Marines, ammunition, nuclear weapons that are going to be in that base. And then Ukraine is a very, very close state to Russia. I mean, they share borders and all.
They share borders. Yeah.
So that's happening. It's like, okay, when weapons close to my border, what are you not telling me? So, but I think this is a situation that Putin probably has foresaw. I think one of the key states in the USSR was Russia, and I think it was the major power in USSR. So I think Russia may kind of miss the glory that and power that USSR brought to them. So I think
I'm sorry, I'm just seen breaking news on my laptop, and they said 109 civilians have been killed. 109. That's not even talking about military.
Wow.
This is 109. Yeah. So it just popped up. Ukraine's health minister reports 109 civilians have been killed, and the president of Ukraine is insisting that he's going to fight on and not surrender, even though Russia is in the top. He pledges to fight on Kiev and not surrender, capital city.
I can get you, Onuche.
Sorry, the president of Ukraine, he has vowed to fight on and not surrender.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you hear me? Yeah.
So, I feel like Putin has already seen this coming from maybe a mile away. US probably may have had an idea that this was going to happen, but didn't really take. I don't think took Putin attacking as something that will happen. I think they just like calling his bluff and stuff. But you can't expect that to be happening to a country and still expect the country to remain silent. I feel that if it was maybe Trump or someone else that was in charge, a president of the US, I think Trump would have just said Ukraine should forget, probably just like hand over to and return back to USSR or to Russia or just be on their own like that, which would have been safer. But I think Russia wants Ukraine back. I mean, you resources. And just in conclusion, Ukraine is not going to be the better off from Ukraine is not going to be better off in any way, even
If
if
you're watching this,
whether
guys, I
Russia wins.
apologize. Don't mind me. I've been making some faces at praise, so don't mind me, guys. Just excuse this laughter. I'm making some faces like, and because I know they were not seeing me, and I was on mute, so I was just making some faces at him. So don't be.
We were seeing you.
Yeah, praise. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
I needed to confess so that people will not feel awkward about that.
okay, so a lot of things I would have loved to say about this Russia Ukraine
It's still
situation.
ongoing, so I still think as we move, we may even still have some sessions outside the normal session just to discuss on it. So let's just see how it goes. Since it's still something that's going, and then maybe we can just follow and just give like brief.
But honestly, I feel the situation of the world. I think I saw a post that was saying in this day and age of civilization and whatnot, Putin attacking is barbaric. Yeah, it seems barbaric, but war is the way of life. So people expecting there not to be war.
No.
Just pray that on our side. Thank you.
Nah, war is not the way of life, bro. War is not the way of life.
Honestly, war is part of
civilization. When you're not the animal kingdom,
there's no way we can crop war out of civilization.
They're not animals now.
Yeah?
What's the way of life?
I'm serious.
Bro, are you serious right now? What is the way of life? Are you kidding me?
No.
Bro, war cannot be the way of life for. We don't want to see war.
I'm saying, bro, I'm not saying it is a good thing. I'm not saying it is a good thing.
There are better ways.
There are better ways.
Better ways.
But still, war will still happen. War is bound to happen.
It's avoidable.
See, what will almost always happen. But don't make it sound like that, man. You're making it sound like almost people not die. You know?
No.
That's the way it's making like.
Okay. I'll just let it go. But seriously.
Yeah.
I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I'll just let it
go. Oh yeah, sorry. No best.
I think it may seem messed up, but
I say no best, Baba, no best.
I think he has said basically almost everything I would say, except for that part of saying war is the way of life. And see, when all these old things started,
countries rise and fall through war. It is fact. Countries are created through war. All these small conflicts, some may not reach war, but through all these conflicts, as in, they may not be exchanged.
I know what you're trying to say, but bro, no talk. I'm like, I'm serious. Okay.
You cannot deny.
Okay. Oh yeah. No. If you're there, let's see your comments. What is the way of life? You say a yes or a no. If you think what's the way of life, put it in the comment section.
Let them be the judge.
Let them be the judge. Rounding off.
What is the way of life?
What's the way of life? Put it there. We'll even create a design for it. What's the way of life?
No.
So I think one thing for sure is
what is also part of the way of
this whole thing has really gone quiet from one of the most powerful nations. They have not said anything yet, China. And like I said in the article I wrote, we are just really seeing how silent it is, especially maybe because they have some similar interest in Taiwan. And I think to an extent, if they have to really align themselves with anybody at this point, it will be Russia, and hopefully, maybe with the hopes that Russia would support them with their take on Taiwan. That's what I think. And
I don't think they can
I
really go
feel it's a
against
shared.
Russia. Have you seen how close? I think they're also sharing borders too with Russia.
Taiwan, okay.
No, as in
China and Russia.
Yeah.
You know, when all these things started, I didn't know anything about it until I started learning. And I think I'm kind of beginning to understand Putin's point of views things. I mean, Hitler must, if what's it called, Ukraine joins NATO, I mean, I'm sure Putin will feel like he has failed
Russia.
Yes, he has failed people like Hitler and what they stood for and all of that. Yes. So I don't know.
I have to say this. You see, any country that there are very few countries that US or NATO assisted in war efforts, and they were left better off after the war. You look at Libya. I think NATO was responsible for taking down Gaddafi. Where is Libya now? Syria, Afghanistan. I mean, the list goes on. Well, I'm not saying that in passing, but seriously, at the end of the day, even if this war should go on and becomes really serious, Ukraine will not be better off, because at the end of the day, they will end up even exploiting Ukraine for their resources.
He's putting up, like, he's going to give like his last breath to this, the way I'm saying it. Because I mean, if Ukraine, if they join NATO now, NATO, America, and like, they're going to have a big advantage over him. That is what he's trying to fight against in the long run. So, wow, it's quite complicated.
I read something that Putin is saying that is ready for negotiations with the other, with Ukraine, and they are ready to send a representative to
he said he doesn't
negotiate.
want a negotiation, and there was one video that I watched. Even his people want to negotiate. That is, a minister of foreign affairs, the rest of people along, the Russians. Nobody wants war. We can do this thing. We can talk instead of going violent about it. Nobody wants war. They were trying to suggest, the negotiation thing to him, and the way the guy was even behaving when he suggested negotiation, he was really scared. I don't know if you've seen that video. He was he was literally stuttering while he was telling Putin that they should negotiate and stuff. He was really scared of Putin. So I think negotiation would have been a better thing than this, because if if they should leave Russia for this Ukraine thing and this whole thing should go on like this.
But what do you think Nigeria, where do you think Nigeria will stand on this Ukraine?
Please, we don't want trouble. We're a peace-loving country. Like, please, just don't mention our name for any reason at all. We don't want trouble. I'm still a core member, so please, you can come and tell me.
I heard something. I think I watched a video of one soldier like that talking about how commanders spend just 3 weeks in camp, and they're shaped and everything. You see, they are young people. You can easily conscript them to start the
Please, even if we are talking about going to war, it's not that kind of Russia kind of war that we are talking about. I mean, not all these drafting of citizens that the Ukrainian president is doing is nothing compared to what as far as I know, Putin has in store. I heard is it Chen Chen Hami? And it's my H factor. is this Chen Chen army or something? You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Nobody heard that. There was this Chen Chen army, something about ISIS, some advancing towards Ukraine, and these people they are just like Taliban's or so. So
Onuche had to go, I think.
no, he's there.
Connection issues. He's still here. Okay.
I think he's still here.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think generally we should just hope for the best. I wanted to say and expect the worst.
No, let's not expect the war. Nobody wants war or something. Nobody wants war. So I guess.
But personally, I know nobody wants war. But I'll just say this. Hopefully, Onuche will cut this part out. I'll just say this: war, although nobody wants war. I mean, if you read your Bible, you will know that war is going to happen.
Bro.
See, no. Let's just be sincere. Let's be sincere. If you look at things, the way things are, you see, there were things that happened, and like for example, now the Second World War was the war that brought Israel as a state into existence again. And there are many instances that this is just my view, and maybe a little bit religious too, that war brought about change. So, okay, I'm just going to stop there and ask.
See, wait, before I round off, everyone, I want to ask you something. Now, do you feel war has a greater advantage than disadvantage?
I do not feel so. I mean,
that's all. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. So, guys,
I'm not pro war. Please. I'm not pro war. Please.
That's what I want to hear. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our back and forth. Anything, if you have any contributions or comments or anything you want to add to what we said, just drop it in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe to our video. Thank you very much for being with us.